Hey guys, this is a topic that I've actually wanted to cover for a while, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I thought Holy Week would be a pretty apt time to put it up, given that we're trying to be really mindful during these few days especially. Now, mindfulness is something that I've struggled with a lot, which is why I have some nifty tips and tricks to tell you. It's just like, you have your set aside times of the day for prayer, but like, what about all the hours in between them? I would say my morning prayers and then just not think about God until the end of the day when I went to sleep again. And I was like, that's not how it's supposed to be. So I went on a quest to figure out how to get him into my mind more than that. I can't say I'm an expert at it still, but these things that I'm going to show you have helped me a lot. So the first thing, which is most effective for me, is to have mind jugglers. For me, it's the stars. When I go out at night and I look up and I see stars, like there's that moment of like, ah, and that automatically recalls the mind to God because it's nature and it's beautiful and science, yay, but it also recalls my mind to my physics teacher who loved astronomy. And so whenever I see the stars, I say a prayer for my physics teacher, which makes me pray for my whole school and all my friends there. And so that's a really good kind of avenue for me to start praying when I otherwise would have just, walked to my car. You could do this with objects around the house. You could do this with things that you do. When you go to do the dishes, you say a prayer for your mom or something like that. The thing is to make it really concrete. To say, when I do this, I will pray this. And that way it's easier to stick to it. The second thing that I would suggest is to write something on your hand in pen. And this isn't necessarily just for like prayer reminders, but for reminders of like different virtues you want to work on or things that you struggle with. Just to be thankful. And what you write can be anything. I like to make things really cryptic so nobody knows what I'm struggling with or what I'm trying to remind myself of. So one that I do is, I'll take this one. Nobody knows what that means, except for me. And it's meaningful to me and it reminds me of what I want to remind myself of, and it keeps me mindful throughout the day. So maybe that'll work for you too. The third thing I have not been terribly faithful to, but I think it's a really good idea. It's posture. I used to have really good posture because I used to dance. Now I don't dance anymore and I've gotten lazy. So I slouch and I just blah. But I started trying, sort of, I haven't been very diligent to it, but I've started trying to have good posture all the time. Because when you think about it, we're in the presence of God literally all the time. And having good posture can remind us of that. And being reminded of that will remind us to have good posture. So it's kind of a circle of reminding and things like that. But yes, posture. Posture is good. And finally, this is the one I am very worst at, but is a really, really, really good idea. Every half hour you stop what you're doing, and you think about the last half hour and what you've been doing, and what you've done good or bad, and then rededicate the next half hour to the service of God, no matter what you're doing. This is what my spiritual director has been advising me to do, and I'm just really not good at it, but it's a very, very good exercise, and I'd highly suggest it for anybody who really seriously wants to be mindful and keep God in mind all day long. So I hope you can use some of these tips and tricks, particularly now during Holy Week as we try to be mindful of the Passion and really walking with Jesus through every moment of our lives, but especially for this week. Anyway, hopefully you've gleaned some goodness out of this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.